Viewers, let's take a look at exactly what happened. I'll be going over to the big wall over there to explain the sequence of the event, how this accident happened in Karnataka, and which led to the loss of at least 10 lives. And now a thorough investigation is currently underway. But before that, let's break it down for you what exactly happened. Now, this is a luxury sleeper bus with 29 passengers which heads towards Gokarna. So that was the route of this bus when we're talking about, especially when we're talking about the bus Seabird. My colleague Billy Thomas has highlighted. And when we talk about this fuel tanker plying on opposite lane heading towards Bangalore from Hiriyur. So that's the route when we talk about where exactly this was headed. It was a fuel tanker as well, and truck jumps over central road divider. So there was a divider and the truck jumped over it. So this is the sequence of the event when in terms of the collision. The truck then collided with incoming bus near the Gorlath cross in Hiriyur Taluk on NH 48. So this incident occurred on the National Highway 48 where the bus collided with it, and now the sleeper bus is engulfed in flames upon impact of collision. So that particular bus that we're talking about, especially the Seabird, when we're talking about that bus, that engulfed in flames and trapping all the passengers who were inside. Most passengers inside the bus burnt alive. Many tried to escape by jumping from the bus. So obviously we've talked about the emergency gates and the windows as well. But in this bus, a lot of the passengers died because the flame engulfed the entirety of the inside of the interior of the bus. Now, nine passengers die on the spot. The truck driver is among the dead, and bus driver and the cleaner escaped. So we see 9 passengers at least have died, in which the cleaner escaped, and as well as the driver died as well. The preliminary investigations point to negligence on the part of the tanker driver as per police officials. Right now, for the time being, the preliminary investigation suggests that was a negligence on part of the driver of the tanker, and accident leads to massive traffic jam on National Highway 48 for obvious reason, because of the collision. Several vehicles were lined up, but that was exactly the sequence of events when we're talking about how exactly this incident happened. So, Belly, this incident, when we talk about this, as you were talking about Seabird, what exactly is one of the biggest causes officials are citing for the lack of emergency gates or windows in this bus?
Absolutely, yeah. So this was, a talk of, talk among the officials after the Andhra bus accident that happened recently, and there was this interstate bus services that were, under scrutiny by the road transport department as to assessing their emergency exits and the precautionary measures that they were taking for, safety of their passengers en route, that too during night times. So the officials say that there, in particular sleepers like that, they would want more number of seats. The berths that need to be built in there, which would kind of lessen the option of giving putting in more emergency exits in such kind of buses, wherein each and every space is considered precious, and they will put in make in a fabricated or a berth would be fabricated there. So this is what the bus bodybuilders do it, and there would be one exit, and the same door is used for entry and exit, whereas there would be one emergency exit right behind the rear of the bus, wherein very few people know about it actually, and some of the buses were caught by the RTO officials with just the door which cannot be accessed from inside at all. So those kind of buses were even fined and penalized, and their owners were even booked for such offences, and those buses permits were also cancelled at that time. What we gather from sources from the road transport department. But in this case, even if there is an emergency door, that is only one emergency door, and a lot of people inside who would be elderly, who would be children, who wouldn't know to operate this this particular emergency road. And even if the emergency door is open, how would they come out of the bus? So all these drills, they won't be knowing. And you can just imagine that if an elderly person is there and an emergency door is open, whether she or he would she be able to jump out of the bus from that height? It is certainly not possible, and this causes a kind of confusion and chaos within the bus, which will indeed risk the other people who are there as passengers inside the bus as well. So these are the kind of challenges that were discussed earlier during that accident in Andhra Pradesh, and the checks were the random checks were conducted. The RTO officials were inspecting all the bus, conducting drives at several travels offices, inspecting their buses for safety features and their precautionary measures. They were even checking on their first aid kits and the fire extinguishers and the emergency exits, whether it is easily accessible from inside as well as outside. So these are the kinds of checks are being done, but having conducting all these checks, and everything is intact. But again, accidents such as this happens now. The authorities are booking the truck driver who has caused this accident. Preliminary investigations revealed that he had dozed on while he was on wheels, and he had his truck had hit the road median and caused to come to the other side of this National Highway 48, where this sleeper coach bus was heading, and it collided head-on with this overcoming bus, which burst into flames and caused this tragedy, killing, as of now, 10 people confirmed by the police authorities. But the audit is still underway, and the police are conducting the inquiries as to find out the exact death toll in the incident. Yeah.
All right, Billy, stay on with me now.